Okay. Let's try. What's up, everybody? Cowhand45 back here again with another episode of American Truck Simulator. Unfortunately, it had to be raining when I started my game, but we're going to work through that because I just found out something. I mean, literally just found this out. Now, if you look at my truck here, it's a 389, just like my other truck. This is a whole new truck, guys. This truck is now actually a default truck in the game. Just now came available, and I didn't even know it. And I usually try to keep up on the current news. That's how I found out about the Halloween skin giveaway and all that stuff. And I ran into a video on YouTube just a few minutes ago, actually, and it said specking out the 389. And it was actually by the ATS YouTube channel. And I was wondering why they were so up about the 389, because at this point, the 389 was a mod. It seemed kind of weird, so I watched a few minutes of it, and I realized that the truck is not the modded truck. It's actually a truck in the game that they put in. So I decided I wanted to try it out to see what it was like and do a video and let you guys know about it. First of all, we're going to try to do some pros and cons, and I've already found some on both sides. One of the pros that I found is ever since I started playing the game and then started playing the multiplayer, you can only use default trucks in the multiplayer. You can't use modded trucks or anything like that. This actually allows you now to use a 389 truck in the multiplayer. I'm sure it's gonna blow up. I can only imagine the server sizes, I think, go up to 2,000. I can imagine they're going to be full now that this truck is available. Cons, right off the bat, it's very limited on customization, and that's pretty normal for the default trucks in this game. There's not a whole lot of mod things you can do. There's actually 15 different custom slots on this truck. Your typical bumpers, 2 different types of headlights, the horns, some of the lights. You cannot extend the chassis. You can change the side skirts, and it's actually got some pretty decent paint skins in the default settings, and this is actually one of them. I was going to use a different one, but I wanted to use this one. Of course, I went with the typical pink, as I like to do. And but you couldn't do like the full fenders in the back and everything. The rims are actually a mod. They're actually from the Viper 2 mod, and you can use them on this truck. You can use them on any truck, actually, but I use them on this truck. But another downside I found is comparatively. Now, I'm not trying to say that this truck isn't cool or it's don't use it. Blah, blah. I'm not trying that at all. But what I'm saying is comparatively, if you're used to the Viper 2 mod of the 389, you're going to find this pretty limited because it's quiet. The inside is is limited. I actually have a custom wheel on it. I can't lower my seat far as I want to. This is as far as the seat goes down. There is no shifter. But I mean, it's kind of a cool look inside, I think. You got 2 different dash options. You got the standard, like, regular dash. This one's got the wood grain. That's why I put this steering wheel to match that. But other than that, there's really no lot of bells and whistles. You get 4 or 5. Now, I had it and I can't remember. I think 4 or 5 different engine options. The highest horsepower you can get is a 500, both in a PACCAR and a Cummins. This one has the PACCAR MX-13 motor in it with 500 horsepower, 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty common engines for the default trucks in the game. I'm really curious. I drove it here to pick up this load. This load is actually going to Reno. We're in Bakersfield currently. And I just want to see, it's got an 18-speed transmission in it, which I like out of all of them the best. But I'll start it up. You can just hear how quiet it is. If you watch my other videos or you're familiar with the Viper 2 389, you'll definitely know the difference. Let's check this out. There it is. It sounds to me almost like a gas-powered car. Lights like normal. Those are great. Don't mind those at all. The horns, that's the air horns, your standard horn. Just like every other default in the truck. But I think the part that I like the most about the fact that they brought this in is they finally realized the popularity of the truck. And I don't know why they didn't bring this style of truck in at the beginning of the game, when it's one of the most popular trucks out there for truck enthusiasts. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not trying to talk for everybody, but I know a lot of people that are into trucks, and we talk about these type of trucks all the time as far as the looks and everything. You get 3 different cabins. You can get the day cab, you can get this cab, or you can get the standard high-rise sleeper cab. But yeah, it's pretty bare comparatively. Like I said, I'm trying to say that comparatively because the Viper 2 has so many options and so many things that you can do with it. It's amazing, and I just don't think they'll be able to do that, because if they did that with this truck, they're going to ask, why didn't you do that with a W9, or how come you can't do those kind of options with any other default trucks, and then they'll have to do a whole lot of stuff. So I totally understand why they made it the way it is, and it's simple, but it's still a cool truck. I think it's still a cool truck. You can still get mods for it, I'm sure. I'm not sure which ones will work, when they'll have more up for it, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty in the near future for this truck. It's going to probably blow up the Steam workshop. And I can't wait to see what people come up for it. And but as for right now, in my opinion, it's definitely not giving the Viper 2 a run for its money. I think the Viper 2 mod is going to be a big staple still in this game for a long time, because there's really nothing that compares to as far as the capabilities you can do with it. But I figured, why not? Let's give this thing a shot. We're going to take it's a small trip, 210 miles up to, I think it's Reno. Let me check real quick, just so Oh, no, we're going to Sacramento. I actually had a trip going to Reno, but by the time I got here, that was already up, and I took this one instead. So yeah, up to Sacramento, ain't nothing. Let's see how this thing does. I'm not going to try to pause it. I keep pushing the wrong buttons. Alright. Let's start out in third. Oh, I got my e-brake on. Very quiet in the cab. It reminds me a lot of like the 579s, the big body trucks they have in this game. Ugh. But yeah, I'm pretty excited just because the fact I can remember when I first started playing the multiplayer. Well, not first started. I don't know why I said that. But when I was playing it, you can actually hear other players chatter and talk and everything. And one of them actually asked one of the other guys if he was excited that they were bringing the 389 into the multiplayer. And I thought maybe they were trying to do something with the multiplayer, not the game itself. And I'm really surprised it took them this long to get this particular truck in the game, because it is so popular. And like I said before, I'm really surprised it wasn't one that you could get right off the bat. Oh man, I'm on a hill, aren't I? Am I going? Put in low gear. There we go. Get in gear. You never seem to figure out where they want these things at. There we go. And it's really weird because I actually have a, well, it's probably because it's not a Caterpillar motor. Because I have a mod that gives it all the trucks a straight stacked Caterpillar engine sound. But it doesn't work on this one. Excuse me. I guess I could go back to my regular view. The great thing is that now this truck has the capabilities of the other default trucks. You can adjust the steering wheel, do everything else where you couldn't in the other one, because they came out with that. They came out with the tilt steering in the last update, and the mod was actually like a long time out before then. And they just haven't adapted it to it, and I don't see why they really don't need to, as far as I'm concerned. It's weird for me to get adjusted because of this thing having so low horsepower compared to the other 389 with 840. But in all actuality, the 500 horsepower motors, the 500 550s, are pretty average and pretty norm in the real world. My buddy that hauls cows was got a Peterbilt that's 550 horsepower, so it's more than you really. 840 horsepower is really more than you really need, but it's just nice in this game that you're not really bogged down by hills. You've got the horsepower to go wherever you want. Get in there. I can't even see my turn signal indicator. I don't know where it's at. Usually there's a little light on my dash, but I can't seem to find it. Maybe my steering wheel's blocking it. I don't know. So yeah, it's gonna be really cool that that you'll be able to use this truck in the multiplayer, because that was one of the things that everybody wanted, was the ability to use this truck in the multiplayer. Another cool feature, I think, is now you'll actually be able to see this truck on the road. It's in the dealerships. They have them set out there, where before it was just the big-bodied the 579s that were sitting out there. Now you actually can see the 389s sitting out there. Like I said at the beginning of the video, they actually have some pretty cool paint designs that comes default with it. And for me, that's really kind of, I don't know, I guess it's kind of weird that I look at that so importantly, but it's what you're going to look at, you know. And for me, like making these videos, it's what people seeing. And of course, I'm sure a lot of people don't care about the pink truck. They might find it a little weird, but yeah, teach his own. But I think it's got some really cool paint jobs. I like this one because it's kind of that retro kind of look to it, kind of old school, which I really like. Kind of the old with the new. I'm just going to set the cruise at 56 and let her roll. 131 miles out. Should be there in about 3 hours. Probably can go ahead and shut these off for a little bit. It is a really quiet truck comparatively, and it's okay. It's not bad. It's just when I first started this truck up, I was hoping it'd have something a little bit more. I thought maybe they would do something different than just give it the standard default sounds. But hey, I still like the truck. I'm really happy they brought this truck in. You know, I hope they bring more trucks in, because for me, like they got a lot of trucks you can get as mods, but for me, a lot of them don't work right, and you can a lot of times only have certain ones on at a time because they override another truck. Or I've actually found out that there's another truck that you can get, another Peterbilt, old school. It's the 351. That if you have it in a higher priority than the 389, you lose a lot of your options as far as like lighting and stuff like that, because it takes on the I guess a custom package for that truck, because it's above it in your mod listing. And if you're not quite understanding what I'm saying, in the game, when you activate your mods, it's in a list, and you can adjust them by priority. Some mods won't work if one mod is above another or below another one's priority. Usually at the top of the priority, you're going to get the more function out of that particular mod. You put a trailer mod on top of there, you're going to get more of that trailer available to use, trucks, that kind of stuff. And when I put that other truck above the Viper 389, I lost a lot of options for customizing it, because it took on the customizing ability of the truck I put above it. And I know I'm kind of probably making no sense at all. I'm trying to figure out how to simplify this, but the difference the difference for me is it's hard for me to really figure out how to say it in a different way. And it's really early in the morning too. I just saw this and I wanted to do it. And it's like 4:30 in the morning or something here, so I'm kind of probably half punch drunk too trying to do this. But I was really wanting to do this, and we got to inspect. Where the heck's the inspection? What is going on? Did it say inspection? Or was it saying inspect? I'm all kinds of confused. I don't like my map. There we go. I didn't get enough time to read, but usually when I hear that sound, it means that there's inspection coming on, but I don't know. I know I gotta get over. I don't know, maybe they changed some other things in this game too. Huh. See, there's a truck right there beside us. That's the 389. Why is... Oh. Come on. There you go. I'm really revving the crap out of this because I have a hard time hearing it. Different. Can't see. That's why I had a hard time when I was adjusting the seat because I put this sunroof or the sun visor on this thing, and I thought I could take the seat down a lot further so I could see the traffic lights when I come up to them. But I can't. This is the farthest I can go down with it. Turn those things on full bore. Come on, get into gear. Alright. Only 36 miles to go. Hope everybody had a safe and eventful Halloween. Hope everybody had a good time out. If you had kids taking them trick-or-treating. And all of those that were out and about, hope everybody just had a good time and was safe. We had a little get-together for Halloween on Sunday, and it was storming, and it was raining to beat the bends. The wind was blowing. I mean, it was an awful, awful night as far as weather goes, but we made the best of it. Come on now. Man, this thing is sluggish. Just in time to get off the interstate. Get her taken care of here. Sorry I'm being so quiet. I just trying to hear. I probably should have turned everything up, but I was afraid that all the other sounds might be just a little bit loud. Go ahead and turn those off. We are almost there. Boy, that guy's open late. Little ice cream truck or whatever that is, food truck. Yeah, I'm glad they brought this truck in. I think it's going to really rejuvenate those that haven't played in a while because they got kind of bored of trucks, the default trucks or whatever trucks they, whatever mods they use. It's going to bring a lot of those older players of the game back out here to try it out. And I'm curious now that they did this, what other truck they're going to bring out because after the game released, they brought out the W900 Kenworth, and now they've brought out this one. I'm wondering if they plan on bringing out any more, or if they just brought this one out because it was so popular and people were asking for it. Um, Only time will tell, I guess. Man, we're all the way out here at the end of the outskirts of town. I really enjoy seeing these trucks in the AI traffic. I think it's really cool. Oh, if you guys want to hear a funny story, I got stung by a bee today, and that hurt. It hurt bad. I was getting wood out of the wood pile, and I guess there was one stuck to a piece of wood. And he was too cold to fly away, and I stuck my hand right on him. Didn't know it, but he sure let me know he was there. My hand, that was like at, oh cripes, 2 o'clock this afternoon, and it's been like 14 hours, and it still stings. Not as bad, of course, but I can still feel it. It used to be bad when I was a kid, man. If I got stung by a bee, I'd swell up like 4 times more than any person would. God, I hate that sound. I'm not going to make you guys watch me fiddle with the backing in. I didn't really do it for the job. I just wanted to. Oh, I was late? Oh, that's what it said. Oh, the customer expected. That's what it was. Not that I had to. I'm so stupid. But I didn't get time to read it. It came up so fast and went away. I thought that I had a way station coming up. But oh well, it happens. I wasn't really doing it for the job, like I said. I just wanted to try the truck out because I was so excited that they brought this truck in. And if you have the game and you didn't know about it, like I didn't know about it. The weird thing is I try to keep up on the news to see all the new features that they're planning on coming out with, and maybe I missed it somewhere because I don't check it like every day. But I thought I would have seen this. I thought it would have been like a big time news thing they would have put out, for expectations and everything. Maybe they just wanted to surprise people, see who was really paying attention to the game or not. I don't know, but I'm glad they brought it in. Hopefully, I get to see what if they're going to bring out any new content for it. I know the modders will. I could probably check tomorrow afternoon on the Steam Workshop and probably see some, pardon me, see some things for it. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Like I said, I'm sorry I'm not all collected and everything, which is normal for my videos. I'm kind of just scatterbrained in most situations. This time more than so because I just saw it and I wanted to do it, so I hopped on the computer and figured why not. And I'm glad I brought you along for the journey. Hope you guys enjoyed taking it with me. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the truck. If you've used the truck, if you're excited for the truck, if you play the game, or if you want my opinion as far as we'll put a 1 to 10. I'll give this thing a solid 8, just because it is a default truck now. It could have more options, I think, but I think I understand where they're coming from just because it's got as many options as any of the other trucks do. And no more, really, no less. And so I understand where they're coming from there. But it doesn't hold a candle to the Viper 2 389. I just like it a lot better. And maybe it's because I'm used to it, and that is partially it, but I like the ability I can do a lot of different stuff with it. And stretch out the frame, put different sleepers. This one's only got, like I said, 3 different options on the sleeper, where the other one has 6 or so, I think. So, but yeah, well, if you like this video, guys, hit that like. I probably won't have this up by tomorrow just because it's so early in the morning that I'm probably going to pass out. So it'll probably be like afternoon before I even get to edit partially edit it. I don't really have to do much, but and then get it up on the channel here. But if you're watching this and you liked it, leave me a like. If you haven't subscribed, do that, and we'll see what happens in the next episode, guys. But until then, this is Cowhound 45 saying latest, guys.